What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of Awkward Silence. You got me jagging off the Go to Jags YouTube. I'm joined by my usual cast of misfit fucking co-hosts. We, of course, got Chicago Sports Talk, Michael. We have CP Jizzle. And then we have Master Nicky, the Draft Sensei. Say hi, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Did you say
Harambe?
Y'all sound so fucking enthused.
What's up, y'all?
Let's fucking
Let's
go!
get this bread.
It is awkward silence.
Buckle up, Teddy. Dude really started off the show by saying, "Buckle up, Teddy."
Yeah. We'll buckle up.
So how's everybody doing today?
Good. Just got done folding my drawers.
We were late on the fucking show because you were folding your drawers. We would have started this shit. Nah, fuck all that. We would have started this shit like 10 minutes ago, but Nick had to fold his drawers.
It can't be late if we said 8 p.m. when it's 7:13.
Nah, fuck that. We on my time. You either an hour early or you're late. And I actually said between 7 and 8. But we all was in here at 6.
In that conversation.
Womp womp womp.
Well, we was all here at 6:55, ready to go, and then you out folding your dirty drawers and shit.
Yeah, adult responsibilities.
Oh no. Do you see that?
What?
It's apparently a Falcons fan.
Yeah, he thinks the Falcons are going to win the division. In what universe do you think?
This is also the same dumbass that said Ben DiNucci greater than Trevor Lawrence. So we don't pay Harrison the Bunny any mind.
Wait, Harrison. Wait.
The Bunny.
Here, you might want to change your opinion after I tell you this rumor. The Buccaneers are looking to trade for a quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Why would they do that? They got Kyle Trask.
Russell Wilson better than Kyle Trask, jagging off. Get your Florida.
Kyle Trask is the goat.
I saw an article yesterday that
I will
said
not.
The Bucs are preparing Gabbert to take over.
Oh my God!
Like I said, the Bucs go back to doing Bucs. The Bucs will go back to being the Bucs after Brady's gone.
Bucs will go back to doing Bucs shit.
Blaine Gabbert is gonna be the answer.
Blaine Gabbert.
I'm gonna do a quote like that piece of shit Shannon Sharp. If Blaine Gabbert is the answer, change the question.
If Blaine Gabbert is the question, change the answer. Change the question. Skilp.
Skip, listen here. If I don't get my miles in my yak right now, I'm gonna bust your ass.
I will say I'm more often than not on Shannon Sharp's side over Skip Bayless.
I ain't on any one of their sides. They're fucked. Both of them. They're both useless sacks of shit.
Fuck Skip Bayless.
And speaking of useless sacks of shit, we got a couple to talk about in this year's Super Bowl.
What? Oh yeah, Jalen Ramsey.
I was gonna say, you know what, Harrison? Fuck you. I'm not in the mood.
What did he say? What did he say?
He just started saying Jags suck. Like, I'm telling you, Harrison gonna catch me on the wrong fucking day, and I'm just gonna block his ass.
Put him in timeout.
Yeah, the bitch in timeout. Fuck him. Sick of him already. How many fucking troll accounts does he have? Jesus Christ.
So, anybody got any movies they're looking forward to?
Oh, I still need to watch the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, I saw the fucking new Jackass today, and it pissed me off because Galen's in it.
I heard Bam Margera's in one stunt, and they did it for Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. Like, he was credited in the movie, but, like, you didn't really see him.
Yeah, apparently
But
they
anyway.
only put him in one scene because they were doing it for Ryan Dunn.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I mean, I don't blame them for what they for the whole Bam Margera thing. Bam's gone off the deep end.
Yeah, he
Even
really
Dr.
has.
Phil
I mean,
couldn't help him.
I hope by the next movie he's okay, and then
I heard they're not even. Well, apparently they were introducing the new cast of Jackass, so it's not even going to be Knoxville and Steve-O anymore.
No, they just were bringing those people on. Like they're still gonna be in.
I don't know. They're almost like 60 years old or some shit.
They are getting old.
They'll probably. I mean, I'm sure they'll do less shit, but they're
Wait, what is everyone's like Jackass stunt that like made them like physically ill watching it?
There was one where they kept hitting Knoxville intentionally in the balls, and it hurt.
Yeah, it was the pup test.
No, the one that made me like almost viscerally puke was the one where they had Preston Lacey put on the sweatsuit and they had Steve-O drink his sweat as he was running on a treadmill.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Like seeing him drink that shit, I was like, ugh.
They start puking and shit.
I mean, is it worse than Pontius? Is it worse than Pontius drinking fucking a horse's load?
What about when they all shaved their pubes and put them on Aaron McGahee's face and made him do a terrorist skit?
That was that was funny. The Terror Taxi. That's like one of my favorite.
I'm Aaron McGahee and this is Terror Taxi.
No drive down the alleyway. No drive go down alleyway. Very scary. Stop it. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Or the one where Ryan Dunn stuck a toy car up his ass and went to the doctor.
Oh, I forgot about that until you said
that.
You just used to watch Jackass and be like, "My God, these guys are insane."
Yeah, they were geniuses because they knew that doing shit like that was gonna get them paid, and it did.
Yeah, it definitely did.
No, I was gonna say I'd probably do that for a lot of money.
They had a whole living off of doing stupid shit.
It's basically
which was
basically guys just hanging out, and other people are like entertained by it because guys will be like, I bet you 50 grand you won't drink this horse cum. I don't know, for 50 grand I might attempt it.
I don't know, man. Like it's got to be like $1 million.
Okay, we're gonna get off drinking horse cum for a minute. Yeah. Yes, the Super Bowl, which we were actually going to talk about. Now,
okay.
I want to be happy for the Rams. I want to be happy for guys like Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, my man Van Jefferson. I want to be happy for some of these guys, but physically cannot. First, you have this pussy Odella Buttercup Jr., who bitched about getting off of about wanting a trade from the Giants, and threw his own quarterback under a bus in an interview with fucking Josina Anderson. Then when he finally got his wish, he sucked dick or got hurt in Cleveland all 3 years he was there. And funny enough, Cleveland, the year this motherfucker was hurt the whole season, they made the goddamn playoffs. So then he finally bitches his way into getting cut. Yeah. And so, yeah, he finally gets his wish and gets cut from there. And then he comes to L.A. and wouldn't even be on the field that much if Robert Woods didn't get hurt. Catches a touchdown in the Super Bowl, and then gets hurt and does fuck all. And we're supposed to believe that this piece of shit deserves a ring. But that's not even... that's not even... No, hold on. Save thoughts for the end. I'm not done. I haven't even gotten to the sack of shit that makes me more ill than him winning a Super Bowl. that would be the new star of Jackass, and he is a fucking jackass, Galen. Here, we all remember he faked a back injury to get off of the fucking Jaguars, and went to LA, got a fucking contract he didn't deserve, and proceeds to every year in the playoffs get completely fucking torched by the other team's number one receiver. And I'm not talking about just the Super Bowl. I'm talking about since this piece of shit has been there. And now we'll get into the Super Bowl. Jamar Chase burnt this pitch 3 fucking times. And they showed 2 on TV, but there was another one. That last play where Aaron Donald sacked Joe Burrow. This bitch fell down again, and Jamar Chase pretty much had him burnt for a touchdown if Joe Burrow can breathe from his fucking god-awful offensive line. Then there's the T. Higgins play, which, yes, I will say it was pass interference, and normally I'd be pissed off about that. But since it was Galen, he can go fuck himself, and it was well-deserved. I wish he would have... The only thing I wish more would have happened on that play is if Higgins would have cranked it a little bit more and, confined the piece of shit to a wheelchair. That would have been even better. That would have been the only thing that would have made it better.
You would have called it Galen in a Wheelchair. You would have made a new song.
Galen would have been permanently in a wheelchair, and me and most of the world would have been happy. So yeah, the Rams. So yeah, like I said. And not to mention their piece of shit owner who forced people off of their property because he wanted to be the biggest douche in the universe, and one of them actually committed suicide. We could never forget about that asshole.
Yeah, Cronky.
So again, 2 sacks of shit that literally did nothing to deserve a ring ended up getting a Super Bowl ring because of a few good players. Fuck all of you. Fuck the NFL for this shit.
I mean, that's just how the NFL works, though. Like, bad players get rings all the time. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo right now has the most Super Bowl rings among quarterbacks because he was Tom Brady's backup.
Come on, bro. He didn't play.
I know, but he still has 2 rings. So he didn't do anything to earn them.
And yeah, Cameron, I would like to see him underground. You need to be in the fucking dirt, rotting in hell. Piece of shit.
Well, I'll say this much about Odell. The Rams were not a horrible team when he went there. The Rams were competing. They were in Super Bowl contention. So
exactly.
Odell
He went to a fucking team that was basically going to compete for a ring. All he had to do was basically show up.
And the thing
Fucking
that
piece
when he went to Cleveland had a second-year Baker Mayfield. Pretty much.
I don't know. Has anybody else got anything to add to that shit show tragedy of a fucking game?
Oh,
we're gonna go. Was fucking awesome.
Huh?
The halftime show was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, the halftime show was great. Other than Whole Dollar, but other than that, it was fucking great.
I think my favorite part was after.
This man said whole dollar.
Yeah. He ate 50 more cents and then became a whole dollar.
Hey, his arm still looks jacked as shit, though.
Nah, somebody said 50 used to be on the juice, and the specific type of juice he was on, after you get off of it, you kind of balloon up like that.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
Because, otherwise, he still looks like he's in shape.
Yeah, he's still got jacked ass arms.
It just looks like he stopped doing juice.
Yeah, he looked like he stopped making those.
Drinking fat juice.
It looks like he stopped making those video games. Those games were fucking tight though.
The bulletproof 50 Cent Bulletproof or whatever.
What?
Yeah, 50 Cent Bulletproof
for the PS2. That shit was dope though.
I played the first one. That game was some shit.
For
the
PS2 days, it wasn't bad, man.
Second one was awesome when they were playing that USO show, and then they had to protect that skull or whatever.
Dude, they don't make random ass games like that anymore.
Right.
It's almost like developers
They don't do
don't
a
even
lot of
want to
random
take
ass
that
shit
chance.
anymore.
I was gonna say the best part
As long
about the halftime
long as
show
they,
was after
as
the
they
fact
continue to make Mortal Kombat, we're good.
when the internet was there were like news sources posting articles saying Snoop Dogg caught smoking weed before he performed at the halftime show, and the internet's like being super sarcastic. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I am no longer a Snoop fan.
Like, I just automatically assume that Snoop Dogg is just never not high.
Right?
That's exactly how I felt. Like how if he wasn't high before the show started, I'm sure he had to be as soon as he went on.
Also, the NFL told Snoop not to wear a blue bandana to rep the Crips, and he wore like a whole outfit that looked like a blue bandana.
I think they told
Yeah, that was
Dre
really
not to
saying
say
fuck
some
you.
of the more controversial lyrics, and he was like, "Fuck it."
He said he's still saying still not loving police.
Yeah.
Eminem
They
kneeled when
They
told
should have
not
busted
to.
out some old that.
That's because his
They
knees were
should
weak and
They
his
should have
arms were
busted
heavy.
out. They should have busted out some old NWA shit.
That's what I'm
You know,
saying,
the
though,
only reason I
about
never go-
Snoop. We all expect Snoop to be high. That's why we love the fucking guy.
You know,
Exactly.
the only reason I'd ever go to Detroit is to try Eminem's mom's spaghetti restaurant.
It's ready.
Wait, what?
Mom's
Eminem
spaghetti,
opened up his own spaghetti restaurant in Detroit and called it Mom's Spaghetti.
which is genius, by the way, because it's a meme.
Well, okay then.
So when you look up the meme, you're going to see the
That
restaurant.
actually exists.
I love a good plate of spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti?
I mean, apparently
I
they've
thought you
been
couldn't-
saying
I
it's
thought you
really
couldn't
good
eat spaghetti
too.
anymore.
Well, like I have my cheat days.
I mean, I love spaghetti too. I love
Who was that NFL
I mean, I
player
love
that
spaghetti too, but it's not that hard to make.
when it first opened, some NFL player said they got sick from Mom's spaghetti. I can't remember who it was. I think it was a Lions player. It was definitely a Lions player.
Did you say that he was choking now? Everybody's choking now.
He said that he got sick
Jesus
during the
Christ.
game or right before the game after eating that.
Why would you eat spaghetti right before a fucking game? That's my question.
Actually, a lot of players do that because it's carbo loading.
The fuck?
A lot of players eat spaghetti before football.
I wonder if that's what Donovan McNabb ate before he puked in the Super Bowl.
Before I go play softball, the last thing I'm thinking about eating is a bunch of fucking carbs.
That's a lot for a lot of people. Carbs serve as energy, though. Like in a fast-paced game like football.
I mean, I do drink beer the entire time. So.
Wait, you drink beer playing softball?
There's. Fuck yeah, dude! I play in a drinking league.
You gotta stay hydrated, though, my guy.
I have Gatorade and water too. I balance it out perfectly. Thank you very much. I know how to do this. I've been doing it for years. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm a superior athlete, sir. Speaking of superior athletes, we'll talk about one now that's not so superior. That would be one gingivitis Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
I love how all this shit came. I love how all this shit came out the day after the first show ended, because apparently now the Colts are trying to get rid of this sack of shit already.
Well,
yeah,
I feel like
first round draft pick.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like, here's my thing with this. I get some of his dumb shit came at the worst possible time, but stat-wise, this is probably Wheelchair Wentz's third best season since he's been in the league. You already gave up a first-round pick. The quarterback crop is not good. You don't have draft capital to trade for another quarterback. You might as well give the cocksucker another chance. And if
I agree.
And if you suck, you get a quarterback next year.
And the quarterback class next year is a lot better than the one this year.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, you got Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. Like, who else really is there?
Carson Strong.
Those are the only two that. No.
God, the rumor is going around that Kenny Pickett's
the other
coming
Carson
here.
that the Eagles are going to draft. What?
Well, actually, my mock draft changed. If you saw the thread, but we'll get
closely. I think it was busy.
Oh
yeah, we'll definitely. Oh yes, we definitely will.
But before we
anyway,
do that,
it's like these fuckers don't listen to me. I told them this. I said as soon as that fucking trade happened, they're gonna regret this wholeheartedly, and now they're already regretting it. But it's not even. But like, it was like the worst possible scenario for them. They missed the playoffs, and this asshole was healthy all 16 or 17 games, and he fucking and he cost them a first round pick. It's like, but yeah, it's just like at this point, wait till wait next year, then try and I don't understand why there was such an urgency to get rid of him. It's like, who are you going to replace him with?
Probably because they were trying to look to trade for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but they have
unless
for that.
Exactly. I was going to say unless you do that, but
Packers aren't going to.
Packers ain't going to fuck it. But the Packers ain't going to take. Yeah, they're not going to take a trade that's like doesn't have a first round pick this year involved in it. Like, you're fucking mental.
Also, the fact that we're not even picking up the phone with the Broncos right now says a lot. And we hired his old quarterback coach, Tom Clements, to come back. And let me tell you, Tom Clements is not 68-year-old. Tom Clements is not coming back to coach Jordan Love. So obviously, there's something with that.
Well,
my only thing with him staying on the Packers is like, what the fuck are they going to do with their cap situation?
I think what they're going to do is they're going to restructure a lot of contracts to go into the future and go all in this year.
But do you think it can be done?
If it worked for the Rams, I think it can work for the Pack.
Yeah, hopefully the Lambs start unloading their team. Like, dude, God. In back, I like I said, I want to be happy for Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald because they both really deserve a fucking ring. But Galen and Odell, God, they need to be shot. But anyway, we talked about those pieces of shit.
Well, there's one piece of shit that did a video recapping on the teams that got eliminated.
Pissing fag.
Yeah, known as urinating tree.
I fucking hate that guy. That video was disgusting.
Yes, we want to talk about.
Since we're on the subject of Carson Wentz, and this dumbass said the only reason Doug Peterson has a ring right now is because of Frank Reich. And I asked all of you this privately. If that is the only reason, explain to me why this piece of shit Frank Reich has won one playoff game and no division titles in the entire 4 years he's been in Indianapolis. Awkward silence.
I mean, that's
I've been
basically.
waiting to do that.
Yeah, and basically, urinating tree shits on the Bears per usual. Says that we were a year late firing Matt Nagy and stuff like, bro. Are you at least gonna give the Bears credit? We fired Nagy, we fired Pace. We're about to get.
He literally does not. You can keep going, Michael. Sure, I'll be back.
I thought. Oh yeah. What were you gonna say, Jagging Up, Bill?
No, I said, oh shit, Nick left. But yeah, wait, but yeah, you can go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Yeah, but the thing with Tree is like you don't say anything positive. It's all
Get over
it's all
here.
Fred, that's what I want to do. Scorpion, get over here on you're an any tree. Like he shits on the he does horrible on
Oh,
the
there he is.
Jaguars. He does
Oh,
he he shits basically on every team. He did in that video. That's my only thing on it.
the thing is, he says the same shit over and over again with certain teams. Like, the main thing he'll say about this is, they play down to their competition. Captain Fat Fuck Leader Man. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. This shit is not funny no more, bro.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
sound
Oh yeah. Speaking
like anybody that like if this dude really thinking Doug Peterson isn't a good coach, and the fact that they only have a ring because of Frank Wright, it's like, bro, you sound retarded.
I mean,
Like,
it's
you
not.
act like
I mean,
Doug
it's not
Peterson
only
wasn't
that.
an assistant, wasn't an assistant for the Chiefs for all those years. Like, you're an idiot.
to be fair,
like,
he
go
was
back.
Matt Nagy.
Well, still, I mean, go back to
mean,
doing cocky videos. That gay ass sport that seems to be the only sport you know something about. And I'm only assuming you know something about it because I literally don't know shit about it.
well, there's another. He always does the derp whenever he talks about the Giants. Like that gets annoying.
Right, it's
His
fucking stupid. Like, you did it with Eli, now you're doing it with Daniel Jones. I mean, I get it, he sucks, but still.
well, also it doesn't help that Daniel Jones looks like he would play Eli Manning in a biography movie about Peyton Manning.
Yeah. But back to the Carson Wentz situation. Like, speaking of which, the Giants might be the only one of the few teams that getting Carson Wentz would be an upgrade from their current situation. Like I know none of our teams need quarterbacks here unless something happens with Rodgers. It's like, but hypothetically speaking, if your team needs a quarterback, how far down the list is Carson Wentz of guys you are going to try to acquire?
My team does need a quarterback.
What, you don't believe in
Okay,
Sam?
well,
Don't
you might be one exception. Dude, how the fuck can you believe
No,
in
I
Sam
honestly
Darnold?
think the Jets ruined the little bit of hope there was for him because now anytime he feels the slightest bit of pressure, he panics.
Yeah, that's true. I was
the
being
Jets
sarcastic. But...
Dude, the Jets raped you in that trade.
Oh, I
Darnold
know.
was
I was
ass
just
and
saying.
always has been ass. I'm sorry, my guy.
I mean, that's
Jets,
just
like,
USC.
the
That's
Jets
just USC
literally
quarterbacks
butt
named
fucked you
Carson
in that
Palmer.
trade.
I mean, that's just USC quarterbacks that aren't named Carson Palmer. They just usually suck.
Yeah, they do. But anyway, it's like, if you're a team looking for a quarterback, how far down the list is Carson Wentz for you of quarterbacks that could be available?
Not that far, I don't think.
He's at least bottom. He might crack the top 5 for me.
I'd take him over like Trubisky.
I don't know that I would, to be honest.
What?
I don't know that I would, to be honest.
Trubisky's terrible.
They both. And Wentz isn't.
Wentz at least has like played MVP caliber football in his career at one point.
Yeah, but you think about it, it's like, where could he go that's an upgrade? I mean, obviously, every team in the the Redskins, or not, Jesus, the Commanders, and the Giants, he could go there and it would be an upgrade. The Steelers obviously need a quarterback. The Panthers, shit, who else?
How would CPG feel
Texans,
about
maybe?
that?
I mean, it'd
Yeah.
be better than Darnold.
I think the Texans are going to. I think the Texans are going to give Davis Mills another shot.
I think they are too, but I'm just saying hypothetically speaking, where he would realistically be an upgrade to.
Okay, not a lot of places. I just think his confidence is shot.
Hail to the Commanders.
The cum handlers.
His confidence is shot because he sucks.
Also, the injuries kind of play a part in it.
Well, you shouldn't have tried. You shouldn't have tried to get Doug Peterson fired. And that's funny. The trade that happened within the Aspless and the Eagles, right? Back when the Jaguars were signing Nick Foles, I heard a rumor about this. They were going to because Peterson wanted Foles, but Hy Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie were dead set on keeping Carson Wentz. But I heard what Doug Peterson wanted to do is, yes, don't pull an Andrew Luck. I heard what Doug Peterson wanted to do was he wanted to trade Carson Wentz to the Jaguars, who had just signed Foles, to get Foles back. The trade allegedly on the table was Foles, a first-round pick, and a third-round pick for Carson Wentz. And from a Jags fan perspective, thank fucking God that didn't happen. But from an Eagles fan perspective, they got to be kicking themselves if they would have fucking raped the shit out of us if that trade happened. And it's funny because now they did basically the same trade a few years later within the Aspless.
Also, speaking of don't pull an Andrew Luck, please, Cincinnati, give Joe Burrow an O-line so he doesn't get hurt, so he doesn't end his career prematurely.
Now, he ain't gonna be pussy like Andrew Luck, but yeah,
but he need an O-line.
But to your point, that man does need an O-line. And we're gonna find out if Nick Fargo is giving Joe Burrow some O-line help in this week's mock draft.
Dun dun dun.
All right, so starting off with the first overall pick. This is the pick that Jagonoff does not want to happen, but I'm presenting a different scenario most weeks. Jacksonville taking Evan Neal, the offensive tackle out of Bama. I just think that protecting Trevor Lawrence is going to be a priority.
Before you go any further, I didn't say I'd hate the pick. I just would rather have Thibodeau or Hutchinson.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather do that through free agency to get like Armstead or something as somebody that I know is going to get it done. But it's like,
right.
I mean, I'm not. But like, if we for whatever reason don't re-sign Cam Robinson and Andrew Norwell goes too, it's like, I mean, it's not going to be a bad pick if we can't figure out a left tackle. Like I've never once hated Evan Neal. Like Evan Neal was a good player, but I'm erring on the side of pass rusher because our offensive line was okay. Pass rusher was a fucking disgrace.
Also, even if you re-sign Cam Robinson, Evan Neal played right tackle as well, and I think he'd be an upgrade over Jawan Taylor. He even played guard his freshman year. Even played guard his freshman year.
I'm thinking if we did that to put Cam Robinson at guard and put Neal at tackle and then put Walker Little at right tackle.
And next we got, oh, by the way, there are no trades in this one. I didn't want to finagle with the numbers too much.
Finagle?
Yeah, I know. I've got such a way with words.
You really do.
Detroit. I have them taking the hometown hero and Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan. The dude had one of the best seasons as a pass rusher this past year. And while I do think that Kayvon Thibodeau's ceiling is higher, I do think right now Hutchinson is the safer pick, if that makes sense. Because also Thibodeau has an injury history.
And he's next from Detroit.
Next, we got Houston taking Kayvon Thibodeau, edge out of Oregon. I feel like Lovey's making his first. I feel like Lovie Smith in his first year as head coach is going to want to focus on the defense. So that's the source for that pick. Jets, I have them taking Kyle Hamilton, the safety out of Notre Dame. I really feel like they're about to lose. They're about to lose that stud safety of theirs. I forget his name, but like I can't imagine he's going to want to stay with the Jets, and this was a contract year.
Marcus May.
Next, we got Marcus May. I doubt he's going to stay, and plus, I think Kyle Hamilton down the road could be a better player, and you could even line him up as like a sub-package linebacker. He's 6'4", 220 pounds.
I think May's gone in free agency. I don't know why they didn't trade him.
Yeah, I think Kyle Hamilton would be an upgrade over him anyways down the road. In fact, if he wasn't a safety and he played any other position, I think he might be like the best player of value in the draft. It's just because he's a safety that he's the 4th overall pick. Next, the Giants, or as Sofia Vergara calls them, the Giants. I have them taking.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he pronounces it the New York Giants. Anyways, I have them taking Ikem Ekwonu, the offensive tackle out of North Carolina State, best run blocker in the whole draft this year. Get Saquon Barkley, some good offensive linemen to run through. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers with sharp teeth and claws. I know. I have them taking Charles Cross, the offensive tackle out of Mississippi State. Panthers have needed a left tackle for like the longest time now, and I don't care who's playing quarterback for them. Like, you need a blindside protector. So Charles Cross is the pick here, and hopefully, like, if the cards fall in place, they will have a better quarterback next year. You want to build through the trenches.
The only way you're getting around Charles Cross is if you fart on him.
Y'all ain't shit.
They do need to fix the O-line, though.
Yeah, like, who was the left tackle that retired? Gross? Jordan Gross?
Jordan Gross.
Yeah,
they haven't left tackles.
They haven't had a stabilized left tackle since his retirement.
That was almost 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, so they need to get that fixed.
And people think I'm just bitching about the O-line. No, ever since he retired, the line's been getting worse and worse. They've been neglecting the line for, like, ever.
And now with the Bears pick that goes to the Giants at 7, I have the Giants taking David Ojabo, the edge out of Michigan. There is another edge at Michigan, and he's really good. He's just very raw. And
his name is David Blowjabo.
Oh my god!
No Monday night.
Oh my god.
Anyways, he's a really good pass rusher, but he still needs work in run defense, and I think his ceiling is really high. Next, I have the Atlanta Falcons taking Derek Stingley Jr., the corner out of LSU. One of the best seasons I'd seen from a freshman back in 2019, but injury has kind of made his tape a little less impressive. But again, like I said last week, you don't just forget how to play football, and I think that he's going to be able to reinvigorate his career in the NFL, especially him playing with another really good corner in who's that corner from Clemson that Atlanta has right now?
AJ Terrell?
Yeah, Terrell. Having him and Terrell, that would lead to potentially a really good cornerback duo for years to come for the Falcons. Next, I have the Broncos taking Devin Lloyd, the linebacker out of Utah. Quarterback, it's really confusing with the Broncos because I know they're making a push for either Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers because I have heard Russ in that situation as well. So the Broncos are going to be really hard to pick for. But right now, one of their biggest needs on defense is a linebacker, and I feel like Devin Lloyd is the best linebacker in this draft.
Lloyd Christmas.
What?
Lloyd Christmas.
Oh my god. Next, I have the Jets at 10, thanks to the Seattle Seahawks taking Jermaine Johnson II, the edge out of Florida State. I just watch more of this guy's film.
G-E-T-S, Jets.
I watch more of this guy's film, especially at the Senior Bowl, and there's no way this dude is not making it out of the top half of the draft. And I think that the 10th pick is like the highest he could go. Next, I have the Commanders.
That would be good. That would be good for him to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I have the Commanders with the next pick.
Huh. Okay.
I have them taking Kenny Pickett, the quarterback out of Pitt. I really just don't think that they can afford going into the season with Taylor Heineke as the starter. Yes, he played decent in some spots, but Kenny Pickett is, without a doubt, a better quarterback, in my opinion.
So he was like the 5th quarterback that went in your last mock draft, and now he's the first one in this one.
Again, just changing a lot of scenarios around, because, sometimes I make a mock based on what I would do. Sometimes I make a mock based on what I can see other teams doing. And this week is kind of like what I could see us doing, can see these teams doing. So
okay, makes
and
sense.
I do think that
it's a good way to change it up on here.
Kiss me.
And
also, just I feel like
what the
right
fuck?
now, you dumb as shit.
You stupid as shit, bro. I can't believe you just did that.
Anyways, I do feel like Kenny Pickett is the most pro-ready quarterback in this draft right now. Because Malik Willis, while his ceiling is the highest, there's still a lot of refinement needed in his game.
And the thing is too, what you gotta look at. That was the biggest comparison with Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. He fucking they said Leaf had a better upside, and then Manning was just pro ready. But we see how that worked out. It doesn't always work out that way, but yeah.
Exactly. Next, I have the Minnesota Vikings taking Ahmad Sauce Gardner, the corner out of Cincinnati. Right now, what?
I call them the Vikings.
Oh yeah, the Vikings. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like Sauce Gardner, based on tape last year, was the best corner in college football. Yeah, Stingley is drafted before Sauce here, but that's just because Stingley's freshman year was just so freaking good that you can see what he can be. Sauce definitely had the better year last year. And you can see that when he was keeping up with Jamison Williams out of Bama during the college football playoff. Yeah, Cincy got their butts whooped, but it wasn't because of Gardner. And Minnesota has needed corner help for a long time, and it's whether it's been because of bad play or off-field issues or both. Just corner's been an issue for them.
CPG, will you say this shit on the show instead of texting us? Motherfucker said Cincinnati drag queens.
I said the Minnesota drag queen.
Or Minnesota drag queens, whatever.
Cincinnati.
At 13, I got the Cleveland Browns once again taking Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. I feel like this is one of those picks that you can already have in chalk right now. I feel like this is a pick that is really likely going to happen.
You can just envision it.
Correct.
You can see it. You can believe it. You can feel it. You can jizz on it.
Fuck it.
You can fuck it.
God damn.
You can fuck this. You can fuck this pick right in the ass.
Next at 14, I have the Baltimore Ravens taking George Karlaftis, the edge rusher out of Purdue. This just seems like such a Ravens pick. They've always prided themselves on pass rush, and George Karlaftis, while his length isn't the greatest for a pass rusher, especially a power pass rusher, he's very talented, very scheme diverse. He can play standing up or with his hand in the dirt, and the Ravens run a lot of shit like that with their defenses. And I feel like
keep in mind
Karlaftis
they will be losing Calais Campbell.
Yeah, that's also a factor.
Hopefully the Jags.
That's also a factor. So George Karlaftis to the Ravens, I think that pick makes a lot of sense. Next for the next two picks, let's talk about the Eagles.
Knowing is the future.
Play Gardner Minshew, you pieces of shit.
At 15, I have the Eagles taking Treylon Burks, the wide receiver out of Arkansas. This dude is like a jumbo Deebo Samuel. The way the 49ers use Deebo Samuel, Arkansas used Treylon Burks the same way. He's just taller and a little bit slower. I feel like I feel like the Eagles, especially with Jalen Hurts' lack of a really strong arm, can use Treylon Burks in short yardage situations. And next, I have the Eagles taking Tyler Linderbaum, the center out of Iowa. Now, I know Jason Kelce has. I mean, center. You know, center's not the most valuable position.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jason Kelce, I know he announced that he's coming back.
We're just going to leave that there.
I know that
we're just leaving that there.
Jason Kelce has announced that he's coming back, but it's always important to have an heir apparent. I know they drafted Landon Dickerson to be the heir apparent to Jason Kelce, but Dickerson played really well at guard, and if you can get one of the best center prospects that I've scouted, like in my whole time of doing this, and pair him with Dickerson and not have to move him, then I don't see anything wrong with that in a life after Jason Kelce retires.
And the guy's name is Dickerson, for Christ's sakes.
Oh my God. At 17, I have the Chargers once again taking Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. This just makes too much sense. This is another one of those put it in chalk picks where, like, yeah, the Chargers' run defense was fucking god-awful, and I feel like putting this massive brick wall in Jordan Davis in the middle of that defensive line would really go a long way in solving that issue.
He's like TikTok Chess Hall, he's like TikTok Chess Hall, but with mobility and muscle.
Yeah, pretty much.
All fat.
Don't run into a wall of eagles.
More like Charger, just because he's going to the Charger.
Yeah.
The wall.
Yeah.
No, wait. He's going into the electric fence of Chargers.
Wall of lightning.
Yeah, the electric fence.
No, he's just going into a Stockholm that's got a bunch of Chargers in it.
Fence.
Pretty much. Next, at 18, I have the New Orleans Saints taking Matt Corral, the quarterback out of Ole Miss. Now, he did have an injury, but if the medicals check out, I feel like Corral has a lot of the traits that New Orleans is looking for in a quarterback. He's got a strong arm with a lot of mobility, and he played really well in the SEC.
And he's named after a buffet.
But I feel like Corral is more pro. I feel like Corral is more pro ready than Malik Willis. Hence why Malik Willis has not had his name called yet in this draft. Next, I have the Eagles.
We're going to Golden Corral.
So yeah, the Saints are going to Golden Corral and taking Corral. Next, the Philadelphia Eagles with their third pick in the first round.
Please, sir. Refer to them as the Wall of Eagles, summoned by Philadelphia.
We'll try to remember that next episode, because we still got a couple more shows with a fucking mock draft.
I have them taking Andrew Booth Jr., the corner out of Clemson. Now, the Eagles haven't taken a corner in the first round in a long time, but I think it has to change with a guy like Andrew Booth. He kind of reminds me of Jair Alexander on the Packers. Just lockdown guy. Hardly anyone throws his way. Okay, Stone Cold.
What?
What?
He's good in man. What? He's good in zone. What?
Yeah, he is good in man and zone. He's very scheme diverse.
He is good as a man.
What?
He's good as a man.
And next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I have them taking Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. The drop top for
This
Willis.
time they didn't have to trade.
Correct.
Replacement for Compton Fatfoot.
Yes, Malik Willis. Like I said last week, Tomlin had his eyes glued to Malik Willis all Senior Bowl week. That's all he was looking at, pretty much. And I mean, if that's
you would think he wanted to fuck him.
He would want to eat his ass.
But like, and if you don't even have to trade up for your guy,
Christ.
it's even more of a win-win for Pittsburgh. So I think they'd be very happy with this. Next, we got the New England Patriots, and I have them taking Drake London, the wide receiver out of UFC. Again, Madam London.
Dude,
Um,
he has to be fucking called Madam London from now on.
but,
Drake London's new name is Madam London.
But yeah, Mac Jones needs a receiver that can catch the ball more, and Drake London can do just that. At 22, I have the Raiders taking Jamison Williams, the wide receiver out of Bama. This might be a redshirt year for Williams because he tore his ACL in the national championship, but he's a real speedster. That would be a really good replacement for Henry Ruggs.
Just hopefully he doesn't drive cars as fast as Henry Ruggs did.
Right. Next, I got the Arizona Cardinals. This is a new name on the mock draft, taking Trayvon Walker, the edge out of Georgia. This guy is big. He's huge for an edge rusher. He's like 277 pounds. He used to play defensive tackle.
My
I didn't know if you were referring to his weight or his cock.
Oh, fuck off.
This man is big. This man is big. He is huge. He'll wreck your anus.
Anyway,
About to eat.
Wreck your own ass.
Trevon
All right, go ahead.
Trevon Walker. Now, J.J. Watt, how much longer is he going to play? Like, without getting hurt?
Hopefully not for much longer. He's a piece of shit.
And Trevon Walker, he can play standing up or he can play with his hand in the dirt. I think he would make a good replacement for either Chandler Jones or J.J. Watt down the road in the future. So I think
dirty boy.
What?
What a dirty boy. He can play with you standing up or with his hands on you.
In the dirt, I meant. And anyways, I feel like that would be a really solid pick for the Cardinals. They definitely need some pass rush help. I got the Cowboys taking Kenyon Green, the guard out of Texas A&M. It's been a long time since we could say that the Cowboys have needed to improve their offensive line, but especially at the guard position, it was a real problem for them last year. And Kenyon Green wouldn't have to move too far. He would go from Texas A&M to Dallas. Makes too much sense to me.
Makes sense to you, it makes sense to me. Continue.
Now, the Buffalo fucking Bills taking Trent McDuffie, the corner out of Washington. They need another corner on the opposite side of Tre'Davious White. That's just the right pick, in my opinion.
Sure.
Next, we got Next, we have your favorite team jagging off, the Tennessee Titans.
They're gonna pick their cousin and fuck it. Got it.
Maybe. They're going to pick Nakobe Dean, the linebacker out of Georgia, or as CPG calls him.
Give him somebody with a stupid ass name.
He may have a stupid ass name, but he's a really good player with sideline to sideline speed.
Fuck him. If he goes there, fuck him.
Next, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers taking Sam Howell, the quarterback out of North Carolina.
Come on, why does nobody believe in Kyle Trask?
Because he's really not that good.
He's better than Josh Rosen.
That's not saying much.
He's gonna be better than Tom Brady.
The only way Josh Rosen will ever get a job is if he farted on it. The only way Josh Rosen will ever be better than Kyle Trask is if he farted on him.
No, fuck you, Cameron Jones. He's not Kyle Trash. He's Kyle White Gator. And he's going to lead the Bucs to more Super Bowls than Tom Brady did.
I'm going to lead them to you.
Next, we have the Packers taking Devontae Wyatt, the defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Oh, yes.
Bray Wyatt?
Devontae Wyatt. Anyways,
very sexy.
Thing?
Maybe.
Can you imagine if he lined up like that?
That'd be awesome. Kenny Clark needs someone to line up with him on that D-line. I feel like Wyatt would be really good for that.
Line him up and give him the D.
Next, we got the Dolphins taking Chris Olave, the wide receiver out of Ohio. Yes. We have them taking Chris Olave, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Right now, I feel like the Dolphins really only have Devontae Parker and Jalen Waddle, and I feel like having a third wide receiver would be very good. And honestly, I feel like Chris Olave could become the number 2 receiver in Miami. Just give Tua weapons, you know.
So I'm saying.
Kansas City, I have them taking Daxton Hill, the safety out of Michigan.
Mm.
They desperately need safety help with Tyrann Mathieu, most likely.
The 2 to weapons.
And they're getting a Jim Harbaugh product.
Yeah. The Honey Badger is most likely leaving Kansas City. So replace him with a really good hybrid player in Daxton Hill. And I'm doing Cincinnati a huge favor with this pick and giving them Trevor Penning, the offensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. Please protect Joe Burrow.
God.
Please protect Joe Burrow.
I mean, he won't be as pussy as Andrew Luck, but God, give the man some help.
But
next,
damn,
we
he's
got
going to be pretty pussy.
Taking Jahan Dotson, the wide receiver out of Penn State. They need more than just Amon-Ra St. Brown in Detroit, so Jahan Dotson would be a really good slot option. And that's my mock draft.
Yeah, but it still kind of doesn't matter when you have. But still, it kind of doesn't matter when you have Jared Goof throwing you the ball.
True.
Anyways, we've hit the hour mark. I guess we can go ahead and wrap this up. Does anybody else have anything to add?
We will find out.
Gambler.
We will find out who is next on Nick Mock Draft. Find out on the next episode of Awkward Silence.
The next exciting episode.
Nah,
But yeah,
CPG
basically,
doesn't
fuck
wear
Carson Wentz, fuck Galen, and fucking Odella.
Find out on the next exciting episode of Awkward Silence.
We're just going around the fucking panel and doing that shit, bro.
I don't know. I thought he said I did it better, so I just did it.
Find out on the next episode of Awkward Silence.
Dun dun
Don't
dun.
run in to a wall of fucking eagles.
Come out, you rapist!
Oh, we play the Steelers this year too. I'm gonna use that clip. Come out, you rapist! I know you just retired last season, but come out, you rapist!
Rapist. When they introduce him for the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Roethlisberger. Now come out, you rapist! Oh shit!
That
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I love you.
What the
oh,
fuck?
we will be back.
We will be back. But anyways, that's it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. We're out.